Today's adventure begins as the recording of this Thursday, June 26, 2025. I am in London, England, standing here next to between the two train stations, St. Pancras and King's Cross. Looking at this magnificent clock tower, now a hotel and train station. Very overcast and a little dreary today. Got quite a few things on the agenda. And later, going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for a while. Going to the Back to the Future musical. But that's not till later this evening. Got to pop inside King's Cross. Well known for being the train station, 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. Got a piping hot caffeinated beverage, a coffee in here. Start today. Definitely need some caffeine. Get this day going. It is very overcast. For now, anyway. Yeah, right over here, 9 3/4, Harry Potter. The real spot is like over there. The Harry Potter store's in here as well. Warner Brothers London Harry Potter store is in here. They've recreated 9 3/4. Looks like over the years they've added on this little kind of dome bubble section onto the original King's Cross station there. Pretty cool in here. Yeah, at 8:40 a.m. This is the shortest line I've ever seen. Because usually during the day, this thing stretches out of the queuing area and then like down the hallway. I mean, this is usually like an hour or two wait to get a photo. There's only like 20 people in line at 8:40. There's a little hack. Get here early. It is the Harry Potter shop at platform 9 3/4, and the shop is even open this early. I was thinking it wouldn't open till 10, but it's 8:30, and the Harry Potter shop at platform 9 3/4 is open. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, quite the backdrop above me, all illuminated and lit up, that dome. I am wearing an appropriate t-shirt. Yes, so many people have suggested I should see Back to the Future, the musical, and I'm finally going to do it. Not sure how it's going to be. I know there's some differences between the film and the show. I do love the movie, my all-time favorite film of all time. So it's going to be interesting seeing the show. But I figured, what better place to see it than here in London? But a lot of other stuff to do before that. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? Sir Nigel Greasley, Chief Mechanical Engineer of the Great Northern Railway, London and Northeastern Railway. There's Nigel right there. Looks like he's really deep in thought. Just looking up there at that little food court. Yeah, the sun's already starting to make an appearance now. So evidently this was used not only in Harry Potter also. I think this is where the car flew by when they were going to rescue Harry. It flew by the tower, but also used on the Spice Girls video. St. Pancras station, right next to King's Cross. Look at this fancy car here, parked in front of the station hotel. Established 1873, not the car, but the station. This is the spot from Spice Girls Wannabe. They all walk in right there, turn this corner. She kisses the guy sitting right there on the couch. Same tile work and everything. And then they turn this corner and they do their dance routine and sing right here along this, right there. There's the staircase. Spice Girls Wannabe. You can watch the full video and match it all up. Just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. This is where I arrived yesterday. This didn't get as close to the sculpture yesterday as I am today. This is built back in 2007. You got the artist His name is right up here. All day. One thing that is interesting though, I'm looking at this and I can't tell if this is supposed to be a cell phone or like a remote or what that's supposed to be that she's holding while they're in the romantic embrace. I'm going to take the underground, also known as the Tube, to another area of London. It's busy in here.
Train is ready to depart. Next train in 1 minute. Stand clear of the doors and stand behind. Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, please stand clear of the doors and our customers off. Next train in 2 minutes. Stand clear of the doors and our customers off. All stations to Heathrow, Terminals 2, 3 and 5.
Thinned out the farther I went. We're in South Kensington. I'm going to a Kurt Cobain exhibit. It's over in this area. There's a National History Museum. An impressive building. I made my way over to the Royal Albert Hall, from what I know it as. I mean, I'm sure it had plenty of artists that played here, but the Beatles played here. It was also mentioned in the Beatles song Day in the Life. Directly across from here at the College of Music, they are having a Kurt Cobain Nirvana exhibit, and I believe they're going to have the cardigan that Kurt wore in the Unplugged, MTV Unplugged, and perhaps his guitar from in there and some other things. Looking back the other way at the Royal College of Music, where the exhibit's going to be. Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite Beatles song, but I would say that the Day in the Life is probably in my top 10 favorite Beatles songs. I don't know, there's a lot of them. It's kind of interesting when you hear lyrics and you see a place that's using lyrics that you've heard from a song a million times, and you see the place, you're like, wow, it really is a place that exists. Got about a half hour until the exhibit opens, so I got a little time to walk around. Whenever I see this kind of area, it reminds me of Mary Poppins and Fish Called Wanda. So I looked up to see if this is the area from a Fish Called Wanda, and in fact, it is. So I'm gonna go by the Fish Called Wanda, one of the spots for the movie. This is Onslow Gardens. Number 69 up here is where the dramatic box scene with the dog took place. The box was right up there. Older lady lived right here. He was up there on the top of the window looking out. He thought it was not going to go according to, I don't want to get too many spoilers, you just got to kind of watch the film, but this is where it all happened. The dog, the lady laying right there. Yeah, Fish Called Wanda. Hilarious movie. All filmed around London. This is definitely a pivotal scene. And number 74 is where he walks out of the cave. In fact, you can see the number 74 in the film. And then he walks out, looks across, and right over there. There it is. Back over to the Royal College of Music. And now gonna head over to Kurt Cobain Unplugged exhibit. Right inside the exhibit here, you got some photos. So you got some artwork of William Shield, J.P. Solomon, right there. Portrait done by Thomas Hardy. And you also got Joseph Haydn If you go upstairs, you got the story behind one of music's most iconic guitars, the acoustic guitar that Kurt used for Unplugged. This exhibit goes through the 18th of November 2025. Here's a photo of the performance. I remember watching this when it actually happened on TV. The guitar he used was a 1959 Martin D18E. Following Cobain's death in '94, the guitar passed to his daughter, and it was sold for $6 million. But before that, 3 decades before that, the guitar turned up in a pawn shop in Alabama. It was in a pawn shop in Alabama. And this is the guitar itself, the one he played in the, we'll say in the flesh, but in the guitar, in the wood, right there. There it is. The got the neck of it there. You got the fretboards, the strings. That's the one. And here's the guitar case with the luggage tags there. You even have an Alaskan Air fragile sticker right down over here, and the Poison Idea sticker there with the duct tape around it. You can't be in a band without duct tape. There's his guitar case. They even have his cardigan that he wore. Right there. Got some gig posters over here and some vinyl. You got Live at the Paramount, Live and Loud. And then down there in the Music Icons book is him with the guitar. Some vinyl here as well. Live at Reading. From the Muddy Banks of the Wishkah. Kind of hard to see it though. There you go. Oh, there's a Julian's auction book, guitar play by Kurt Cobain's for MTV Unplugged. Some handwritten lyrics down here for If You Must, circa 1989. And this looks to be a set list. No, not a set list. Notes to Kurt, to early manager. Alright, so evidently, one thing I didn't realize, that was the last guitar he ever played before he passed away. Not just in the MTV special, but he had it with him in his last days. Sold for over $6 million. A lot of money. Ended up taking a taxi a couple miles over to this spot. If you've ever seen the movie Saving Mr. Banks, the story of Walt Disney and P.L. Travers, this was her fictional home in the movie right here, number 29. Walt comes back, played by Tom Hanks, to discuss with her to try to seal the deal to get the rights to her book, Mary Poppins. Love that film. And it just, interestingly enough, P.L. Travers' real home is just a couple blocks from here. I'll walk over there too, where she lived. She wrote Mary Poppins. Let that sink in. She lived in this neighborhood. I made it over to this area now, which was only about 2 blocks from where it just was. And there's one of these blue markers that you can see all over town. P.L. Travers passed away in '96. The author of Mary Poppins lived and worked here 1946, which would have been 10 years after Mary Poppins was written. Well, around 10 years. To 1962. I think Mary Poppins came out in '64. I'm kind of curious if this is when, Walt was really trying to get the rights if she was living here during that time. So the movie came out 2 years after she lived here, but how long was the ongoing, back and forth trying to persuade her to get the rights? She could have lived elsewhere. She ended up moving from here to another spot, so maybe that was the other spot, but this is the place best known as the P.L. Travers home, number 50, which is that door right there. That was her door, right in there, number 50. Smith Street, I believe it's called, yeah. Smith Street. Did a quick little search, and it appears as if the Walt tried getting the rights as early as 38 to to Mary Poppins. So like not long after the book was written, and she denied it. And finally, so according to what I was kind of doing a quick little search, that this is where she was when Walt was trying to coerce her into giving him the rights. So it was here at this house, number 50. Smith Street, number 50. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Crossing of the trains. Had to wait for that one to pass, and now taking the Circle line over to Kensington Palace. Doing a lot of stuff today. Right over on Kensington High Street, W8, heading into this park now. I always like these phone booths, well, former phone booths. This is not active, but they leave them here for whichever reason. I'm not really sure why, if they're just for photos or what it is, but they're still here.
Okay.
Princess Diana lived here at Kensington Palace for 15 years. They admired the seasonal displays of the sunken garden, often stopping by to talk to the gardeners. Her sons, the Duke of Cambridge, commissioned the statue in memory of the princess, unveiling it on July 1st of 2021, which would have been her 60th birthday. Now it is raining. I'm going to go back to my accommodations for a little bit, relax, and then head over to Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, and then to the Back to the Future, the musical, a little bit later. All right, a little time has passed. I'm going to take the underground tube over to another area, probably over to Piccadilly, but I just wanted to show how lengthy the crowd and the line is now to get a photo over here at platform 9 3/4 later in the day. Yeah, and it's not a quick process. It's probably like an hour and a half wait right there because everyone's got to get their one photo. They set up the whole photo ops, you pick the house, you wear the scarf, the whole thing. What it is, you line up over here and you get a picture with the luggage cart going through the wall right there. And they They got some team members helping you out, getting photos, etc. That's what it is. That's what everyone's waiting for. Arrive now at Leicester Square. To get over to the Adelphi Theater. I was just over here near, well, in Leicester Square recently, before I went over to Amsterdam, and they were having a Jurassic World premiere right over in here. I was standing right over here. It was all blocked off. And then when I was here in January, into January of this year, I stayed in that hotel right over here. Yeah, I love this area, Leicester Square and Piccadilly Circus area. Since kind of on a topic of Back to the Future, Part 3, 1990 Back to the Future, the UK premiere happened right over here, where there's now a 4DX IMAX screening place, and it's now a casino right over here. But Princess Diana arrived at the premiere. She pulled up right here, got out of the car, and went right inside these very doors, and met the cast, met Spielberg, etc., and went to the premiere. So Back to the Future tie-in. Princess Diana pulled up right here. There's plenty of clips online about it, but yeah. Fun fact. In fact, there's a photo here where she gets out of the car and you can see this building behind her there. Over here in the square, if you look up top, very top corner, there's Batman. Way up there. You know, last time I walked by this square, they had an event going on. This is not the same event, but they're having another event here. They got it all fenced off again. Fountains going though. There is another Harry Potter themed store over here near the square called Magical Platform. Let's check this out. The last few times, well, the last time I was in, let's say a few times, not like I've been in London a whole bunch. I was here for like a week back in January, and then the other last week for a day. So I'm really super familiar, but I've always passed by this and wanted to pop in. It's interesting, they actually have quite not to say a bigger selection, but they have more items that they have over at King's Cross for whatever reason. Magical Platform. They have other things too, not just Potter. All kind of fantasy stuff inside there. And really surprisingly, there's not really a lot of Harry Potter shops in London, and maybe because the King's Cross spot has cornered the market or has like kind of a hold on some of the other stores. It's almost time to head over to the musical, Back to the Future musical. Now, I have heard some spoilers. People I know that are also fans of the franchise said they really enjoyed it. Some didn't like it. Some did like it. They said they made some dramatic changes to the plot line. So I'm kind of going into it with an open mind. I'm going to enjoy it either way, but I'm a big fan of the films. So I think anything that varies from the films is going to kind of throw me off, but I think it's going to be good either way. I'm going to have a good time going to it with an open mind. Right next to there is a place called Gift Box Britain. There's definitely a lot of Paddington Bears around as well. A lot of Paddingtons. Lots of English tea over here. Tons and tons of different English tea. In fact, you can even get a Potter tea. You got Team Ravenclaw, well, House Ravenclaw here. All right, once I say something, I realize I'm completely wrong. There are more stores than I was expecting. In fact, here is another Dobby. Got more telephone boxes over here. This one's kind of all spray painted up, but yeah. You know, I put off seeing this for a heck of a long time. I figured, you know, I'm in London, why not? The ticket available, so. Here at the Adelphi. And last time I was here in January, a lot of people recommended I should go to this. I'm like, I'm not really sure. I love the movies, but I don't know if I like the musical, which is going to be a different, totally, completely different twist, even though it's the same theming and everything. And a lot of people had very strong opinions that they were confused on why I wouldn't want to see the musical because I love the actual movie so much. But it took me till now to see it, and now I'm going to see it. So that's Doc there, Great Scott, perfect musical escapism. There's Marty, a blast, packs more energy than a nuclear reactor. And there's the people that worked on it. John Randor and Tim Hatley. Alright, going in. Alright, hey man, check it out. You got the Save the Clock Tower up here. You got the Texaco, you got the Statler Toyota sign, you got the Town Theater right there, Back to the Future the musical. You got Goldie Wilson over there in the distance. You got the Hill Valley General Store sign right there. Oh, they have specific merchandise. Here's a deep cut, even the Nancy Spiritual Advisor sign. Yeah, back when Lou's went from the cafe to an aerobics center. Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. The Salvation is Free sign. There's a closer view of the elect Goldie Wilson. You got Al's tattoo studio. This guy over here is doing a little peace sign. There's the merchandise. There you go. Brand new program. Hello. Bag. Alright, I gotta say, they definitely have a lot more theming in here than I was expecting. They've really gone all out with their merchandise, and then they have a area upstairs, like a little bar that's got all kind of interesting things. Like you even have the 1004 clock tower, or the clock that was up on the tower. Actually, not the clock tower itself, but just the clock itself up on the second level. There's a lot more in here than I was expecting. I thought it was just going to be a regular theater, then you went in and watched the show. But they have really set dressed all the pre-area pretty well. As you're kind of waiting to go to my seat, you got this little section over here, and you got the plutonium chamber right here, and it really shows some of the stuff. There's the DeLorean over here. There's the DeLorean. There's the plutonium chamber. 84. It's got the 84 date stamp on it, 1 year before the movie came out. A little artistic rendering, concept art. I like this Marty also because he's got 1955 and 1985 in the reflection of his sunglasses there, which is kind of cool. Look at the merchandise. I don't think they had that on the bottom down there, right there, the Back to the Future the musical. I ended up getting a magnet, which I thought would be kind of cool to have. Now, I know this is a touring event. I think they do it in New York. They also just did it in Tampa as like a touring event. But this one here is, I think, all the time. I ended up getting a magnet. You got the Great Scott going across the thing there. You got there's the flux capacitor right there. The artwork of it that Doc drew after he hit his head on the toilet. Or he was standing on the toilet. He hit his head on the edge of the sink, and when he came to, he had a revelation, a picture in his head, a picture of this. This is what makes time travel possible. But yeah, I really like the 1004 there on the side of the wall. There's Marty. I don't think I've ever seen this one with Marty and Doc right here. Now I'm gonna have to turn the camera off, so no photography, no recording, no ringtones during the show, no cameras or mobile phones. But I do want to show the magnet I got right here at the Delphi Theater in London. A little souvenir to go in my metal cabinets. Another one to add to my London section. All right, see you. Oh, this is interesting. This is written. This is drawn by Drew Struzan, who did the one that's really, really popular. Oh, this is a part 2 poster because there's the water right there. Look at that. Yeah, Drew Struzan has done every great movie poster. Well, a majority of every great movie poster. All right, see you after. No, it hasn't started yet, so I'm just going to show what the inside of this looks like. This is so cool and futuristic. 12 pounds. I ended up getting this as a souvenir booklet. It has the Adelphi, so it is for the London performance. I'm sitting up here on this version of the balcony, kind of like right here in the middle. This is nice. This is going to be interesting. Oh, there's the orchestra pit down there, right? Or they're going to have a live orchestra. I'll find out. I'll let you know after. I got Doc right here holding his flux capacitor while someone behind me blows their nose. There's Jennifer Parker. Marty right there. Save and restore the clock tower, not just save the clock tower. Interesting. Interesting. There's Strickland. Right there, there's the model that he didn't have time to build to scale. Doc didn't. This is like a 2.5 hour show with a little bit of a break in the middle. There's Leah. Gonna build a time machine into a DeLorean or into a car. Why not do it with some style? Goldie Wilson. There you go. You can actually get the musical soundtrack as well of it. Here's a note from Andrew Lloyd Webber here at the front. He is overjoyed the incredible production chose to make its London home here at the Adelphi. And it also has like a little pull-out poster here. This is interesting. Is this supposed to be Biff here and George? They're hanging up the laundry. You're going to go touch her on her. There's like some sort of a riveting dance number there on top of the fence. Good girls never do it. There's Marty and his mother, which is always kind of an interesting plot twist. Vast assortment of musical numbers here. And here's the cast. Marty, Doc. All right, that's it. It's over. Now they're telling everyone to make like a tree and get out of here. That was a long show. Like 3.5, 4 hours with the 20-minute intermission. All right, it started at 7:30. It is now 10:16. 2 parts, 15, 20-minute intermission. It was really well done. All right, that's going to do it for today. I enjoyed it. The first half of it, I didn't think I was going to really care for it too much. In fact, during the intermission, I was thinking, what exactly am I watching right now? Because it definitely has some differences than the original film, and because part 1 is my all-time favorite movie, it definitely was interesting the different changes that they did with a little bit of the plot changes, things like that. But once I kind of put that beside me and realized how great the actors were, and the singers and the dancers and the set decorations and everything that they were doing, it really was amazing how they put it all together. And I'm glad I did it. Glad I watched it, and I would recommend. It's a fun show. And honestly, I think that might be my first Broadway-esque type of show that I've ever seen, whether it be in London or in New York. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. And I've seen Broadway-esque type shows in other places, but never like a full-on production like that. Again, it definitely had its differences in the original film, and I kind of went in with an open mind, not knowing what I would think about it. And the first segment after the intermission, I kind of just realized it wasn't going to be like the original movie, and to just take it for what it is. And it was good. I enjoyed it. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. The vlog is over.